When do I take 5-hour energy? When my coke dealer stops answering me at 4 in the morning. What's up with Charlie Sheen? The only lines he's remembering these days is the cocaine that Brie Olsen stole from him before she split. Forget porn, he was the first dick on TV. Rest in peace, Dick Clark. Richard Dawson died. You know how he died? Survey said, ding! Andy Griffith recently died. You know what he said before he died? He didn't say anything, he whistled. In Whitney Houston's divorce, Bobby Brown got a car, a house, Whitney got the kid, an island, and 2 of the dealers. Yeah, Lenny from Lenny and Squiggy got hit by a car in Manhattan. My friend was like, was he in his late 50s? I said, yeah, he hit by a car. He landed in the 70s. Upton. I seen this hot chick walking down the street. I said, miss, you look sweet. I said, eat your pussy, but I don't want to get a cavity. Me and my friend walked into 7-Eleven. So the Arab guy's like, how is everything? I said, I don't know. When I get everything, I'll let you know. I said, how you doing today? He goes, I've seen better days. I said, yeah, show them to me. I said, what's going on? You look all nervous. He's like, yeah, I'm afraid I'm going out of business. Fucking no more big gulps. Bloomberg canceled all that shit. No more sugary sweets over 16 ounces for your fat fucking toddlers. I'm like, shit. Then this black guy walks in with a hat on. He's got some hieroglyphics written on it or some shit. So the Arab guy's trying to sound it out. So I said, wait. I said, I can read that. I'm a fucking archaeologist. He's like, yeah, really? I said, yeah, I found this asshole. I just found out my mother's a freaking hoarder. There's things in her apartment that hasn't been touched for 20 years, including my father. Yeah, to piss my mother off. She's real fucking annoying. So I was going out one night. She's like, where you going? I said, to a concert. She goes, to see who? I said, the Black Eyed Peas. She goes, what? Black Eyed Peas? Where? In the staircase? Again? Motherfucker. It's hot out, motherfuckers. Yeah, every time I go to the pizzeria, it's like 6 Mexicans and 1 fucking Italian. I go in the pizzeria, some guy comes out of the back. He goes, can I get you something? I said, yeah, go in the back, get me an Italian. One day I was waiting for the pizza delivery guy. It took 10 fucking years to get to my house. Finally he shows up. I tried to get smart with the guy. I said, yo man, didn't I see you on TV? He goes, yeah, I was on the news. I was a priest, but I got excommunicated. I said, yeah, those altar boys got big mouths, huh? I was in the city in Times Square watching the Tonys on the big screen, and I was thinking to myself, the only Tonys I know from Brooklyn are working at fucking pizzerias. Harlem's a rough area. I went to the pizzeria, asked for a slice. Next thing you know, I was bleeding. I broke a bottle of ragu. Let's just say it was outsourced. My ex-girlfriend, she got this Brazilian cunt lift. She keeps holding it over my head. Yeah, I hired this chick for my t-shirt company, actually, and she was hotter than hell, but really fucking stupid. So I said, listen, I gotta let you go. She's like, let me go, you're not even holding me. I'm like, no, you're fired. She's like, really? She started fucking freaking out, yelling and shit. I said, listen, I'll get you a job as a letter carrier. She's like, all right, send me the details. So my friend's like, you don't know anybody in the post office. I said, you know what, forget letter carrier, she could be a letter opener. I said, let her open a link, she'll make a fucking fortune. Yeah, I was all for foreign trade until I seen this 60 Minutes piece on human sex trafficking. I read this article on the internet that said they found a chemical in the McRib sandwich that's also used in yoga mats called the zodiocarbonamide. Zodiocarbonamide sounds like a fucking bomb-making terrorist, right? A zodiocarbonamide. Now, let's see Obama put a drone over this McRib sandwich, see if we can take it out. Over. You know, people are split about Obama, but we can all agree on one thing. He's taking the fucking terrorists out. He fucking killed Bin Laden, Al Zafriki, Sheikh Mahardon. He even killed a plumber named Malika Washonass. You know, the way he's taking terrorists out, he must have been deprived from playing video games when he was a kid, because he's taking terrorists out these days like he was playing fucking Call of Duty or Missile Command or some shit. In his bedroom playing video games, sitting on the ACDC. My way like this gushing across the sky, man. You're the enemy terrorist and you're gonna die. Michelle's banging on the door. Obama, what the fuck's going on there? Why is this door locked? What is that, ACDC? Shut that white devil music off. Obama's like, you know, Michelle, I'm half white. She's like, motherfucker, when it comes to me, you're half right. Now open this damn door. He's like, all right, let me put my pants on. She's like, and you're naked? Oh, God, call the cop. So, like the slogan, well, all right, fuck that. Some lady goes to me, how do I get to ground zero? I said, just fuck with any Muslim. So they went to put a mosque by the fucking ground zero. And so I'm like, you want to put a mosque there? These people got balls. I said, they can put a mosque pit there. They can slam dance the Slayer for all I give a fuck. You know, in America we had baby boomers. Over there they got baby bombers. You know, when us Jews become 13, we get bar mitzvah. Over there, I think they get fucking bar mitzvahs they're having. Bar mitzvahs, that's fucking funny. I was listening to Jay-Z's album. This guy is so pro-black, he doesn't even want his teeth white. And he's making an album similar to AC/DC's Back in Black. It's going to be called Black on Black. I got a rough cut. You want to hear it? Black on Black! This is some technical sax! It's just a long on black to be black. Well, I got news from the news. It's like one of those assholes from the fucking Amco commercial, actually. Yeah, actually, people are saying, it's double A, MC, black people are saying, oh, hell no. I fucked that up. Double A, MC, black people are saying, oh, hell no. Why did black comedian take chicken on stage? He wanted to wing it. I was passing this group of black people, so they tried to get smart with me. The guy screams out, yo, you like chicken and watermelon? I said, together? On the way over here, I stopped in this restaurant and asked this lady if I could use a bathroom. She said, yeah. I said, great, where do you live? I tried to pick up this hot Jamaican chick on the street. She's like, me don't fuck with men. I said, listen, me eat pussy like a lesbian. I passed the library. I forgot I had a book overdue or some shit. So I go inside, I see the librarian. I said, yo, I got a book out. Is there a warrant for my arrest or some shit? He's like, nah, there'll probably be a little fine. I said, I'm trying to be a little fine. Bitches won't let me. Yeah, I was talking to this girl. She told me she had a pet peeve. I'm like, peeve? Like, that's a stupid name for a fucking pet. Yeah, I was fucking my neighbor. She goes, make me come. I said, you're already here. My friend goes, underage girl? I said, so what age? It's kind of hot, motherfuckers. It's 100 degrees. You're getting free shit, baby. I seen Lawrence Taylor in the wintertime. I said, yo, LT, what up? He's like, who the fuck are you, some TMZ douchebag, a reporter? I said, nah, it's comedian Cracka. He's like, all right, Cracka, what's going on? I said, no. I said, let me ask you, man. I said, what's up with us guys and all these young girls? He's like, you know, man, these days I came to realize you guys are like my women in their teens. He goes in front of the judge. The judge's like, Mr. Taylor, do you know what the best pro around is? He's like, me, Your Honor. He's like, no, probation. Let me see your fucking ass in this court again. I was selling comedy tickets in Manhattan. And I was talking to this hot chick. I don't know, she was 16. Who the fuck knows? She was gorgeous. And her friend jumps in and starts yelling at me. She's like, you know she's only 16? I said, yeah, and you wish you were her. I seen this homeless chick on the ground in the city. I said, get off the floor. You're getting it all dirty. Every time I got to sell somebody comedy tickets, they got a fucking excuse. I'm pitching this couple, and she's like, oh, we live here. And these are the girls. I'm like, you live here? You go to the fucking movies, right, jerk off? She didn't buy anything. Yeah, and there's a guy dressed as Spider-Man and Batman in the city. So Spider-Man's on the side of me. I'm slinging comedy tickets, and next thing you know, Spider-Man goes flying into the fucking wall from the corner of my eye. Some drunk guy tackled him. And if I told you Batman pulled him off, would you believe me? People, you can't make this shit up. And if you did, you'd be stealing it from me, you pricks. And then I seen $5 actually by Batman's foot. I don't know if it was his or if it blew over there. So I'm like, I picked it up. I should give it back to him. I'm like, you know what? Fuck that. Batman can suck my dick. Yeah, Spider-Man. There's another guy dressed as Spider-Man. I just finished talking to the fucking guy, and some lady comes over and wants to take a picture. So he gets all excited. Next thing you know, he steps on my fucking foot. I said, yo, asshole, where's your spidey senses? Then I'm on the corner, and the fucking Arabs are fucking smoking me out with their shish kebab shit. I said, yo, you burned the shish out of that fucking thing. Then you got these guys in the city dressed as a gold. This guy's spray painted gold, and he stands there for fucking 4 hours until he has to take a piss or smoke some crack or some shit. So I seen the gold guy. He finally got off his perch. I said, yo, man, I said, you look ripped. Would you smoke a joint? He goes, yeah, gold's high these days. I seen the silver guy. He's not as high. Yeah, I was trying to pitch this other couple, and they were fucking ugly, bro. This chick was real ugly. She was so ugly, man. Forget hailing a cab. She couldn't even hail Satan. And her fucking boyfriend, who was a jackass, he had her face only a mugshot can look. And then I seen these fucking people that got a sign that says free hugs. I said, who was that? A black dude in jail? Some Spanish guy in jail? Free hugs? And I seen a sign on this black guy's back that said Wi-Fi. So I said, yo, you got Wi-Fi in your back? He goes, yeah, I got Wi-Fi on my back too. Let me get $1. I seen my ex-wife. I said, listen, you need anything. I mean anything. Call somebody else. Yeah, actually, I seen her in the supermarket, and she was all banged up. She had a cast on her arm. She was all black and blue. I said, what happened to you? She said, I had a fucking rollover. I said, a rollover? What, over dinner? I said, you always had a roll over your stomach. Yeah, last time I seen my ex-wife, I had to call the cops. The cops like, what's wrong? I said, I think I just killed my ex-wife with a chokehold. He goes, a chokehold? I said, yeah, the bitch came over to my house unannounced, asking for money while I was watching extreme cage fighting. Because you think you killed her with a chokehold? I said, yeah, usually the bitch taps out. Yeah, I met this chick in the bar. She wanted to do body shots. So I hit her with my car. Yeah, these days, dating is rough, man. I only fuck with chicks with wheelchairs. I don't ever want to say again, that was the one that got away. My daughter goes to me, what if I marry outside my race? I said, you never have to wipe your ass again. She's like, what do you mean? I said, I'll slap the shit out of you. My friend was a big fucking crackhead. I could never get a straight answer out of this fucking kid. He's always lying and shit. I said, you know, man, you're like a fucking plunger. He goes, a plunger? I said, yeah, the shit you come up with. Yeah, my friend goes to me, can you pass a polygraph test? I said, if I said yeah, I'd be lying. It's about 120 degrees, you fuck stains. I seen this guy digging up fucking coins in the pavement. I said, yo, man, that's how fucking potholes start. Yo, picking up chicks these days is a lot like fucking phone cells. I seen this hot chick. I said, you know, last time I seen you, you said my cock looked good and sounded good, but you felt the quantity was a little bit too much for you. And I don't want to make a whorehouse out of you. Yeah, I did phone cells a while back. I called this newspaper plant. I was pitching fucking DeGreaser for his machinery or some shit. He's like, listen, I said, how you doing? He goes, I'm fucking busy. I'm covered up. I said, hopefully it's not with newspapers. That'll mean you'd be homeless. And usually we give out free shit to the people they bought something. We give them a steak knife or a TV or whatever the fuck or some chocolates. So this guy didn't buy shit on the phone one day. He was a real douchebag. And I said, listen, I'm going to send you a box of Godiva. He goes, Godiva chocolates? I said, no, Godiva needs nuts, fuck stain. That's fucking funny. Yeah, I was painting this lady's house. Every day I got this. She kept chewing me down the price. I said, listen, lady, you're getting fucking professional work at Mexican prices. I passed this mobile blood bank. Blood bank? Whatever the fuck. I passed this mobile blood bank. Forget that later. I passed this mobile blood bank, and this chick's like, yo, you want to give blood? I'll give you free movie tickets. I said, listen, I'm going to give blood to Band-Aids. Fucking scared of that shit. Yeah, my friend called me up because like, I'm looking for a job. I lost work. I'm looking for work. So once you put an ad in the newspaper under lost work, and when you find a job, you can put under found job. I was in Florida. I was at a red light with my friend. He was driving, and I seen this homeless guy had a fucking sign that says looking for work. So I gave him the job finder. He was fucking pissed. He started chasing down the street actually. Yeah, my friend's girlfriend thinks she's a smartass, but I'm quicker. So she got mad. I get a quick response. It was funny. So she's fucking slapped me in the fucking arm. My friend's like, oh, she put you in your place. I said, hey, can you put me in a place? You got a house? Yeah, my friend goes to me at work. He's like, yo, man, I heard you're broke. I said, I'm not broke. My landlord's broke. I'm financially challenged. My landlord came to my house one day. He's banging on the door. He's fucking screaming, yo, man, you owe me rent. You got to pay the rent. I said, all right, man, relax, man. I know I got to pay my debt. You're going to have a near-death experience if you don't fucking relax, brother. Yeah, so my friend in Florida, he rents out rooms to people, you know, she needs the money, he's broke. So he rented out this room to this chick, and eventually she started paying. She stopped fucking paying. So he's trying to be nice to her, you know, send her nice letters, and, you know, trying to help her out, move her out and shit, and find a place. And after a few weeks, you know, he turns into the Amityville Horror. He's like, get the fuck out, bitch! That's usually what happens. Actually, me and my girl are going to rent this fucking house. And this thing is fucking haunted. We walk in, right? I say, is anybody here? Fucking doors are slamming. People are laughing, I hear. She puts a strawberry shortcake on the table. This fucking thing goes flying across the room into the wall. And she's fucking pissed. She starts screaming at the ghost. No, he didn't, motherfucking cocksucking ghost. I was like, yo. I'm like, yo, I'm getting the fuck out of here. I'm going down to the bar at the corner. 20 minutes later, I come back. She's hanging from a hook by her underwear, fucking crying. I said, what happened? She goes, this ghost called me a fat bitch. I said, what? I said, a fat bitch. She said, and she goes, and he said, this house needs a fucking exorcism or some shit. I said, an exorcism? I said, the ghost called you a fat bitch? I said, maybe he was exorcise him. Maybe it was Jack LaLanne's house. Maybe he used to live there. She's like, this fucking house also needs an exorcism. I said, all right, let's get the fuck out of here already. I mean, at the same time, me and the ghost go, get out, you fat bitch! That's funny shit. Yeah, I think actually ghosts in people's houses are just landlords who never got their fucking rent. Yeah, I was talking to my friend one day, and he reveals he's had insomnia. So I'm like, after 20 minutes, I want to get off the phone with him. I can't say I'm tired, I want to go to bed. He'll think I'm a fucking scumbag. So I got to make up shit. I'm like, listen, man, I got to go. My dog just took a shit on the carpeting. I got to go. He goes, you don't have a dog. You don't have any fucking carpeting. Yeah, I wanted to pay my phone bill, so this guy tries to fucking upgrade me. He's like, you want to upgrade your phone? I said, he goes, this one talks and shit. I said, listen, the only thing I want to hear from my phone is are you going to come yet? Yeah, my ex-wife, she went to PC Richards to get a 13-inch, and I was in the back room. I told this girl, I said, listen, my dick could be 12 inches. She's like, yeah, really? I said, yeah, away from your face. I seen these fucking skateboarders. I said, yo, I got a half pipe. I broke my bong. I seen this black dude, he's trying to sell me weed again. He's like, yo, man, I got this crazy fireweed. It's Afghani Kush. I'm like, shit, man, that sounds fucking critical. I mean, I might need a fucking passport or some shit. That's my shirt good? Yeah. You want the next joke, don't you? I might just fucking leave and walk away. I'm sweating. This is Brooklyn, New York, South Shore High School. We snuck in here to film this shit. That's how dope I am. What's the next one? You fuck stains. Latest roll. Oh, I was talking to this chick, and how's that fucking joke over? Oh, I was talking to this chick. She's a materialistic bitch. She started to walk away from me. So I said, yo, haven't you seen my latest roll? And she stops. Like, why, you were an actor? I said, no, I got a joint in my pocket. I got this weed the other day, and this shit stunk. I mean, it smelled like a fucking skunk's cunt. And I get on the train, this black dude comes up to me. He's like, yo, man, you smell like weed. I said, weed? I said, man, I can't even remember the last time I smoked. That's how fucking high I was. I'm on the train, this fucking crazy bitch starts screaming, the end of the world's coming. I said, the end of my dick is coming. Let go of that door, you crazy bitch. I seen this hot girl on the train. She bumped into me. She's like, my bad. I said, that's all right. Do it again. I said, miss, can I borrow, I haven't had sex in 6 months. I think you just triggered my erectile dysfunction. Can I borrow $250? Yeah, my last one, she's like, I always late to fucking work. I said, these trains run like shit. Don't think running on schedules, the fucking rats. He's a killer. You know, they got these new MTA countdown clocks. It's a bus passer, but I'm going to do that again. That's how good I am, I think. They got these new MTA countdown clocks in the subway. It tells you how long the train's coming, you know, how much time you got. Because in the summertime, it's hotter than the fucking devil's balls. And so it tells you how much time you got before some overheated person falls on the tracks. You know how much time you have to retrieve this poor bastard before that train fucking runs him over. Yeah, this cop wanted to check my bag. You guys think that'll stick me or prick me? I said, yeah, I got a gay guy in my building. I got some mama jokes, I think, it's coming up. I said, your mother's so fat, she went to a job interview. The guy's like, listen, it'll take a fucking 1.5 years to get this job. She's like, what? She's like, why? He's like, you gotta do a background check. How fat she is. Yeah, your mother's so fat, the cop told her to step back. She's like, I did. Your mother's so fat, she fucking called for individual policy. She got a group rate. Your mother's so fat, they had to slow the bitch down in Brewtown with tire strips. She was going too fast with the wagon. Hey, your mother's so fat, she turned coupon into Groupon. Your mother's so fat. This is a good one. Your mother's so fat and stupid, she thought apps are short for appetizers. Yeah, this kid tried to get smart. I said, listen, man, I said, your dick's so small, every time you whip it out, the cops come out and say, listen, nothing to see here, people. That's a good, you never know. I got a Dice Clay joke. You know what Dice Clay is? You'll find out. Hickory dickory dock, some chick was sucking my left nut. That don't rhyme. Who gives a fuck? Oh! Bricks. Yeah, Justin Bieber. TV is so fucking hilarious. I look alright? That's my hair. It's kind of hot, bricks. TV's so fucking hilarious. And Justin Bieber's on a commercial. And he's bringing Proactive to these bitches' houses. That's the funniest shit ever. The girl opens the door. She's like, oh my god, it's Justin fucking Bieber. And you got what? Proactive? It's like, at first I wanted to suck your dick. Now I want to fucking rip it off. Fucking Justin Bieber. Oh, man. I got a lot of material, people. You're getting a lot of shit. I seen this comedian on stage. He tried to get off and talk to me. He's like, yo, man, I got so much material, it's not even funny. I said, you're telling me you suck. I seen this chick in the city. She had a fucking tattoo on her neck with stars. I said, why don't you stick a needle in there to be shooting stars? You can tattoo that in. You know, never get a fucking used dog or some shit from the ASPCA. These motherfuckers are always pissed the fuck off. I got this dog. He's fucking trying to bite me. He's always running away. He finally ran away. I stopped chasing him. The lady calls my house. She's like, how's the dog doing? I said, this fucking thing. He's always running away. He's pissed off. He must have a chip on his shoulder. She's like, sir, that's how we locate him. I said, see? I fucking knew it. I came into the doctor's office, and there was a fucking million people in there. And then this black chick comes over, a Spanish chick, and she sees all the people, so she's like, it makes a noise. And I said, what? I said, I look that good? She's like, shit, you ain't dark enough for me. I said, yeah, I'll shut the lights off. Yeah, my friend found this guy on Facebook from years ago. He's a fucking minister. I said, a minister? I said, this guy was an ad minister of drugs. This guy was always fucking ripping and selling shit. It's pretty funny shit on Facebook. Yeah, I went to Harlem Hospital on fucking Halloween. That was a mistake. I didn't get seen. I got in at 9 in the fucking morning. I didn't get seen until 5 in the afternoon. I was the last guy on the floor to get out. And these, you know, Spanish chicks and black chicks, Halloween day, they're all dressed up with their blonde hair and all that fake shit. So finally, I'm like, nobody's even on the floor. I get up and I'm like, yo, I'm waiting all day. When am I going to get called? She's like, oh, everybody, you know, went home. The doctors, I don't think is here. I said, what? She's like, it's Halloween. I said, I know. I should have dressed up as a fucking patient. I might have got seen in this bitch. Yeah, in Nathan's in Kings Plaza, I usually go. But these black guys keep fucking up my order. Everybody thinks I'm a cop or whatever the fuck. They don't know what the fuck to think. I think I'm a skinhead or a cop. So next to Nathan's in Kings Plaza is a dental assistance office, and this chick likes my jokes. So I go in there one day, and she's like, what are you doing? I said, I'm going to go to Nathan's to get some food, but I'm afraid these black guys keep fucking up my order. So she goes, shh, be quiet, my assistant's boyfriend's black. I said, well, can you take a fucking order? She goes, probably not. We laughed. So actually, I go into Nathan's, right? And a Spanish guy is on the mic. He sees me walking in. He's like, 5-0, 5-0. I'm like, here we fucking go. He's get ready. I get to the register. He's like, yo, man, you a cop? I'm like, nah, man, I'm not a cop. I want to order something. Then the manager walks over. It's a black chick. She's like, yo, you a cop? I said, yeah, I'm Donnie fucking Brasco. Now give me 2 hot dogs and a small fries before I shut this shithole down. You know, we're getting bombarded by rap music so fucking much also. I keep, you know, Chris Brown beat the shit out of Rihanna so bad, I think one of her songs is a cry for help. She swears she's losing her mind, she's off balance, she finds shit challenging, and she can't remember her fucking name. And she keeps saying, what's my name, what's my name? The bitch got Alzheimer's. I'm no doctor, but eventually I'll play one on TV. But I diagnosed her. The bitch has Alzheimer's. What's my name? Alzheimer's. What's my name? That's funny shit, man. I was watching Jersey Whores the other day with fucking Snooki. That bitch can take a punch. I think her father was actually Superfly Snooker, the wrestler. Our baby's gonna be Superfly Snooki. You gotta see this fucking kid. Yeah, I've been getting called a wise ass so much lately. I just got a tattoo of an owl on my ass eating potato chips. Yeah, I was in the airport, and this fucking lady or guy, I think her name was Bob or Barbara or some shit. This is some fucking sort of transvestite. She's frisking me up and down. I said, listen, lady, I said, the way you patting me down like that, I'm going to have to change my name from Cracka Down to Pat Downs. Did I say Cracka Down? I'm going to fucking do that over. She kept fucking frisking the shit out of me. I said, lady, the way you're frisking me, I'm going to have to change my name from Cracka Down to Pat Downs. You like that? Pat Downs. That's a good one. That's my alias rap name. Don't use it, you fucks. No, you're not going deaf. If you want to hear more, call me. 954-934-8261. Email me. crackadon1@gmail.com. I got t-shirts. www.crackadoncomedyt-shirts.com. Companies, advertising places. I got slogans, jingles, rap names of people, lyrics. I got a bunch of fucking shit. I need to get to California, maybe. Let's see what else I can tell you. Call your nearest club and demand to see me. And I'm going to do my white version of the Chappelle Show. I don't know if you can handle that, but you'll get to fucking love it. And single ladies call me, and remember, we could be friends tonight. But the Crack of Dawn, I'm coming for that ass!